We always said in the Father Sheikh, there's 4 temperaments. Nice tzedakah, those that even that participate, they're about to give tzedakah. Tzedakah is a mitzvah, like every other mitzvah. Put on tefillin is a mitzvah, Tayag mitzvah, 620 mitzvahs. Put on tefillin is a mitzvah. Go shofar is a mitzvah. Es matzah, gzais matzah by the Seder is a mitzvah. So 600, a bris, to make a bris, it's not mitzvah. 600, Shabbos, mitzvah. And on every mitzvah, the Chachamim, they instituted a person before he does the mitzvah, he makes a brachah. On every mitzvah, they make a brachah. You put on tefillin, you make a brachah. Every mitzvah make a brachah. On the mitzvah tzedakah, we don't find that our Chachamim, our sages, instituted, they composed a brachah on mitzvah tzedakah. There's no brachah. And so the commentators before him, they present several reasons for it. Number one, the mitzvah tzedakah differs from all the other Tayag mitzvahs. You know, all the other 630 mitzvahs, so it's Tolem and Das Asma. It depends only on the one who is going to fulfill the kind of mitzvah, like tefillin. Somebody wants to, he's the hunter on tefillin, he wants to fulfill the mitzvah tefillin, so he goes to the shofar, he buys himself a pair of tefillin, and he takes the tefillin and makes a brachah and puts on the tefillin. That's it. A shofar, so he also either he buys himself a shofar or he goes to shul where he blows shofar, and they're all ready to hear shofar buzzing. The one who blows the shofar, he has everybody in mind that whoever is there, he makes a brachah for them. They answer Amen. So it depends only on he himself, nothing else. And so far, every mitzvah you'll take, being matzah on Pesach, every mitzvah you'll take depends upon that. Mitzvah tzedakah depends on 2 people. The noisen, the one who's generous, giving tzedakah, and the makabel, the unfortunate person in need, who has to take the tzedakah. So, even though the case will be, which in many cases, where somebody comes in to ask for help, so from the time that you get ready to make out the check, make the brachah, he might decide he doesn't want to take it. It's not completely in the hands of the one who's doing the mitzvah. So then he'll start to make the brachah, and the other one won't take the help, so it's a brachah about Torah. Also, the mitzvah has to be performed as quickly as possible, without any. Someone who wants to, he's accustomed, when he goes to do a mitzvah, he takes a gartel, he goes to mikveh, Matal Shem Yichud. In the meantime, the Armand of the Shah is gained. So they didn't institute a brachah on the mitzvah of tzedakah. The Yitnu Acherim V'hula Yitain, someone who one of the temperaments is Yitnu Acherim. He wants others to give, and he himself doesn't want to give. He doesn't realize the brachah that he has from giving tzedakah, what he'll gain from giving tzedakah, the brachah if he gives himself, he doesn't want to give, He's envious of others and want them to have the brachah. And so forth, so forth. There was in Berdichev, there was a Yid who was so did not participate in helping and giving his tzedakah, had such a close hand that they gave him the name Shimon Kampson, the stingy person. When he passed away, he left this world. So the children came to the Chevra Kadisha. They wanted to buy a plot, a karkia. So with the Chevra Kadisha, when they find somebody like that who was in the position, who was quite comfortable, and he never participated, here there was the opportunity to collect for all the times that he was approached and he didn't give. Now the children get a handsome inheritance, Yerusha, they should pay off now. So they demanded much more than the regular price for a plot. The children said, that's outrageous. Why should we pay more? That's not what anybody pays. Not good. Between them and the Suda Home Achlekes, a dispute, they couldn't decide what, they couldn't get together, so they had to go to the Berdichev, later Berdichev. They came to Berdichev, and Berdichev heard who, the one who passed away, who he was. So he says, just a minute, take whatever the children want to give you, and I myself am going to the Levi. They were fit to be tied. So they did the Chevra Kadisha. They couldn't understand life. And here they had the children in their hands, and they had what to give. Why would he do something like that? Why did he let them and that he's going to Levi like that? That shows that other people learn from that. So you don't have to give this talk yet. He's getting such a COVID. They heard that the Berdichev was going to Levi. Everybody ran. They couldn't understand what life was. But he told them. So they followed his orders. After the Vayat, one the Chevra Kadisha took courage in his hand, and he went over to Berdichev. He said, Rebbe, can you explain, what did you do here? Well, we had them fancy children. He never, as a man that never gave a put to his tzedakah. Why did you let him get away with that? He said, I'll tell you why. This man had 4 din Torahs before me, and he won all 4 of them. I'll tell you what they were. There was one time a Yid that Ashla Mazel, he couldn't earn a living. Whatever he did, he couldn't earn a living. And he told his wife, he says, you know, Mishana Mazel, maybe if I go abroad, Hashem will help me, I'll find some kind of parnasa, we'll have a tea. She said, just a minute, if you're here and we haven't got what to eat, so if you leave me, he said, we'll starve altogether. She wouldn't hear of it. One day he comes up with an idea, and he tells her, he said, Shimon Kampson, he says, he hired me to travel abroad as a salesman, and every Thursday you have to come to his office and you're going to get a check. Oh, das ist ein anderer Wörter. Yes, there's something to rely on. That she couldn't say no. So you sagen, and he left. The first Thursday rolled around. She presents herself at the bookkeeping, the cashier's office, and she says, I came to collect my husband's check. His name was Yankiv so-and-so. The accountant looks up, takes out the payroll, and he can't see anywhere. He said, what's your name again? He said, no, I don't see it here. She said, look further. I'm supposed to come that's what I'm going to live on. The Balabas sent him abroad, and I'll starve. You make a mistake. He looks, lady, sei gesund, forget about it. He's not under. She starts to get excited, and she raises her voice. Here she relied on that's what she's going to live from. And here they're not going to give her the money. She thought they're trying to swindle her. So she's all upset. She started She raises her voice, it becomes a big tumult. It reaches the office where the Shima Kamsen is sitting in his office, and he comes running, and he hears what's going on. It's a shim gechapt that the whole thing's above a meise, but he felt bad for her, so he told the bookkeeper, "Oh, I had so many things on my mind, I completely forgot to mention it to you." Absolutely. Every Thursday, you'll give her so much and so much. Thursday after Thursday after Thursday, she came and she collected a salary. A month passed and 2 months passed, and the husband Baruch Hashem was matzliach. He came home. He comes home. He didn't know if she's going to kill him. Who knows what she's going to do to him? He left her in such a state like that. But he doesn't say anything, and she doesn't say anything. Shalom b'shalom. He couldn't imagine for the life of him whatever happened here. She's not upset with her. I kissed her. Then slowly, but the next morning, she told him that, yeah, like you told me every Thursday I went. He said, "You went every Thursday?" She said, "Yeah, just like you told me." He couldn't understand for life. Whatever happened here? Why in the world did that man give out? He couldn't wait to get to the man's office. He came down and he had with him for the 2 months all the money that he gave his wife. And he knocks on his door. He says, "Thank you very much what you did. You saved me such aggravation, embarrassment. Here is the money that you laid out for her." He said, "Who are you? What are you?" He said, "What do you mean? You gave my wife every week. You gave her a salary." He said, we never made any kind of arrangement that I'm going to lay it out there. Forget about it." He said, "What do you mean? I don't want any kind of handout. You're going to shame me. I don't want any tzedakah. I don't want..." Between them, they couldn't settle it. They went to Berdichev. Came to Berdichev, and the Torah, the one who says Rebbe, he says, "The man is embarrassing me." He says, "I made up a story that my wife is supposed to go and get a paycheck from him, and the man was so nice and fine. He handed out without I never worked for him. He doesn't owe it to me. I feel terrible. I want to pay him back. He won't take it. Please, Rebbe, make sure, pass him that he has to take it. Tell me he has to take it." So Berdichev says, "What do you have to say?" He says, "Rebbe, la baldrim didiyat. I never made any kind of arrangement with him. Why am I mechuyev to take it? I saw Nabach, she was very embarrassed, and she didn't have what to eat. I want to have the mitzvah of helping her. I don't want to take any money for that. You want to take away my schar for that mitzvah?" Berdichev says, "He's right." That's one din Torah. The second din Torah, there was a man who was a broker, a jobber for wine merchants in Berdichev. He used to take an order from people, from wine merchants, and go to the winery and order the wine. He would take the deposit and deliver the wine. That's what he makes a living from. He came to Berdichev with all the deposits. He went to the hotel, and the next morning he's getting ready to leave to go to pay for the wine and deliver it. He looks at the top of the kitchen, he hasn't got the money. He looks on the floor, looks under the bed. He turns the room over. He's hysterical. He faints. They call a doctor. The doctor revives him, and it doesn't take long. Before him is the problem that he hasn't got the money that he took from the merchants. Doctor revives him again, 2 or 3 times. People started gathering, big action, and the doctor said, "It's of no avail." He said, "The man's going to gain from the Welt. He's going to lose his life because every time he reminds himself of his source, unless the money is found, he's going to gain from the Welt." A big scene, a crowd gathered, and amongst those that gathered, the bystanders, was this Shimon Kamsen. When the doctors revived him one more time, he went over to him and said, Mabid, relax. Here's your money, I found it. He found it, he saved his life. In the crowd was standing the Ganim. He was so ashamed of himself, he almost cost a man his life. And look how nice, what a fine kite. A person saved his life and I almost cost him his life. He couldn't make peace with himself. A whole night longer he tossed in his bed. He decided, even though he's going to have to give away that money, he said, how could I keep it? How could I do something like that? Where's my conscience? So next morning early, he goes to Shimon Kampton's office. He knocks on the door. And he tells him, he said, you did a very nice thing. He said, I'm sorry that I got there a little bit late and I heard what happened. My son got shoot. He says, so here's the money that you laid out. He said, who are you? What are you? I never made any kind of deal with you. He said, what do you mean? You didn't find that money. I found it. You gave money from your pocket. He said, that's not your business. He said, I don't want it. He wouldn't take it. I schlepped him to the Berdichev.